So super. I mean, it's really great to see you, Sabin. And what we want to do is, I want to invite you to answer a few interesting questions, and so that we can have more people learn about you and also our topic of neuroscience for architecture. So, Sabine, tell us something about yourself, including your base training and your current research work.
Well, thank you so very much for having me here, Priven. Very beautiful day in San Diego in Balboa Park. Um, as you said, my name is Sabin. I'm a PhD candidate in architecture. I've been trained in architecture, and I'm most currently researching, most focused on the design process in itself, how it's evolving in the current state of like evolving technologies and our evolving understanding of humans, their cognitive processes in the human brain.
Your work was presented, Sabine, in a paper session on day 2 of the ANFA conference that we both attended. Share a little about it and how it is about neuroscience as well as architecture, please.
Yes, thank you. So our research paper, done together with a larger team in Bucharest in Romania, is titled The Algorithm of Preferences. And what we are studying and experimenting is how we can use the power of the algorithms that are right now in very much discussion in the architectural world, but actually inform them with human feeling, sentiment, and preferences. So we are experimenting on how we can actually have human input and human sensibility in the more colder, more rigid decision-making process of the algorithms.
So the fields of neuroscience and architecture are, at first understanding, rather different to a layperson at least. And it is only upon framing it within a research with a research lens that we start to see that actually they are extremely tightly interwoven. So what is the kind of impact you feel we can achieve by combining these two fields?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think that the essence of architecture is about the human experience, and we have always, as architects, informed our practice through different understanding of science, technology, and the world. And I think that historically, in a larger scale, we've had like a more anthropological view of human needs, more like larger statistical view of human needs. And architects usually have designed more for like general needs and not accommodating for specific individual needs. So now I feel like the science and neuroscience in particular is on the level of the individual. So going through anthropology, psychology, and then neuroscience, more like atomized and individual level. So I feel like to actually be designing for the human experience, you don't need to design for the anthropology, the statistical person, but to actually go further down to the individual and their specific feelings and needs to actually inform their mental state, their physical health, and all the complexities in between. So that's why I feel like learning more and informing your practice from neuroscience is very beneficial for like future architectural development and studying it, and also like studying post occupancy in buildings and whatever we design uh, can really be done with strict psychological or neuroscience view, like actually hearing the people that you're designing from, because then how could you actually know if what you've designed was actually beneficial for the people there?
Absolutely, that's very insightful. So let's just say that if we have very limited time and you can only pick and state one, what would be the one takeaway for yourself from the ANFA conference?
Very briefly, I feel like we are very close to actually defining what human-centric means, and all the research at the ANFA in all the different direction is essentially about defining what a human-centric world and architecture entails.
That's great. Thank you very much.